Cut out for one, but a lot will depend on this pair, particularly Afif Hussain. 4 of 2, already looked comfortable when he came in, the way he moved around, looked to knock it into gaps, those singles. Right, we're going to have Colin Ackerman. We got one Ackerman now. I thought that was enough. Now we got to do with 2. One in the box and now the other one in the middle. Off spinner. Behind square. That's a boundary. They needed it. Good start to the over. Boundary of the first ball.
That's a welcome boundary in for Chattogram challenges. Alamin there, moving across the offside and creating that angle, finding that gap pretty well. Plays that really well as well.
That was good cricket because he moved inside the line. He had the presence of mind, had a great knowledge of where he could pick his runs. Now, square leg. Oh, no. This wasn't a good shot, but it's going to fall short. Not in control. Look at the way he played it. Just looking to chip it away on the offside. Hand came off the bat. And very nearly hitting it down the throat at long off. This.
Come on lights.
So Ackerman making his debut in the BPL went for a boundary of the very first ball he bowled. Time for him to try and make up.
Lovely Colin.
As an off spinner. He's got a tight offside field, 3 men saving 1.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's the surface we're talking about. Did you see that, Maz? I just stopped a bit on the surface, bit of turn, not easy.
Certainly not easy for the batters to work around. Holds up a bit. Surprises Afif Hussain.
Ball,
This time bowled a bit quicker there, Ackerman.
Lovely length.
Good change of pace there.
Coming
Sylhet
boys.
fielded really well so far. Must give credit to the fielders.
Ball.
He's not taking any chances, but Afif Hussain is obviously looking to set himself up.
Lovely boys.
Trying to get in.
Here we go, boys.
Just trying to settle in. I'm sure he's got something in his mind as a target. So 6 runs off that first over. Very good over by Colin Ackerman. It's 34 for 3. Well, that's very impressive for the Sylhet strikers in the Isfahani BPL T20 2023, and I'm not surprised about it, because if you actually try and compare the relative experience, the Chattogram challengers have just 607 cumulative in terms of games, and guess what? Sylhet strikers has almost 2.5 times more, 1,687 runs. That's games run. That's a lot. And one of these guys who have contributed to that swelling number is Thisara Pereira. Carries so much of experience as a cricketer. In terms of runs, 8,053 and 20,769. Here is the first ball from Pereira. He goes square on the offside for a single. And just to finish off on my story, in terms of wickets, Chattogram has 259.
Loads of experience there in the Sylhet strikers camp. But at the moment, this young man needs to prove himself. He's a prolific performer in the domestic circuit. Alamin is a strong lad. and hit the ball hard, but at the moment he needs to work out.
Over the bowler's head, just gave himself a bit of room. I think the pass didn't work well, but it was not costly anyway. It was just two. Again at that shot, he gave himself room, expecting some pace on the ball, but you could see the point the ball hits the bat. It tells you very clearly that it's not coming on. Look at this. This is the pass that very nearly would have cost them an extra run. But we've been speaking about the difficulties the batter would have on this surface. Sliced over cover. Should get two here.
Lovely ball, TP.
Well, I think the Chattogram challengers should be pleased even with runs like this. Two singles. They've so far just hit 1 4 and 1 6 and 28 dots. But they need to be a little bit more proactive. 17 singles, 3 twos. Oh, again. Talk about the ball not arriving.
Talking about Alamin Hussain, Alamin Jr., beg your pardon, was eyeing that mid-off fielder, was up inside the circle, so tried to clear that one. He was lucky this time around.
Yeah, you could see that he was through with the shot. Another one. What is he trying to do now? I think Afif Hussain should go down and have a word with this young man, but it's not a surface they're looking to blast the bowling. The ball's not coming on, you're bound to miss hit it. That's good. Just have a word, try and assess the situation, tell him the plan. Let's try and survive this. One ball to go before the strategic timeout, so let's try and stay there. Don't give this wicket. That should be the plan. Last ball of the over. Get a single off an inside edge. 6 runs off the over. 40 for 3. 9 overs completed for the Chattogram challengers. And we should have the confirmation that this is the strategic timeout.
we are back, and Chattogram challengers, they're 40 for 3 against Sylhet strikers. It's been a tight start so far. It's a holiday today here in Dhaka. Expecting a lot more crowd coming in later in the day. Colin Ackerman comes in and puts in the air for a while, and what? Oh, just dropped it. Was a very good try in the end.
Lovely, lovely, Ritu.
That would have been an outstanding catch in the deep, I'll tell you. Had a lot of running to do on the boundary. He did get both hands to it. Would have been a spectacular catch had he held it. Very good effort. But I, for some reason, think that Al-Amin Jr. hasn't really sized up the situation. Another look.
Lovely, Colin.
Oh, great effort. Spectacular effort.
Creeping a bit here, boys.
Just hit those elbows. And it bounced out.
Lovely.
You could see that
Colin,
Afiq
Colin.
Hussain has more of a plan worked out. He's not taking risks.
lads, coming
Al-Amin
here, lads,
Jr. on the
coming
other
here,
hand
lads.
has been a little bit wild with his stroke play. That's what I'm talking about. He's going to be lucky here. Slicing it just over cover. Unless he's been told, he's been given the license to try and take on. Just play a few shots, try and get them out of this hole. Try and break the shackles, try and break the pressure.
Yes,
That,
upper second,
unless there's a
upper
plan
second.
or a message like that.
Coming here, boys.
I guess probably that's the plan. They want him to go after the bowlers.
Colin.
Trying to make some room. Afiq Hussain. He looks a lot comfortable comparing to Al-Amin. Looking at the ball till the last moment and looking for those gaps as well. Not trying to go hard on the bowlers, while Al-Amin is trying to rush through.
Oh, gone. I think we expected this. See, the plan's always good. It's about the execution. The intention was right. The execution wasn't great. Al-Amin, to me, was on borrowed time. And eventually stumped.
He was riding on his luck, and this time the ball kept a bit low as well, turned a bit. Mushfiqur Rahim does the rest. He was not in a position to play any sort of shot.
Over.
1.
It's a single to finish it, but a good over for Colin Ackerman. 45 for 4 at the halfway stage, the Chattogram challengers.
So that's 10 gone, 45 for 4. The challengers are in a spot of bother here against the strikers, who've been very impressive. I think this is where the struggle's been for the challengers, is they just accumulated so many dot balls and got behind the 8 ball. Here's the dismissal. It's been a little bit of turn in the surface as we welcome for the first time into the commentary box Attar Ali Khan.
Yeah, way down the track. Good afternoon, mate, and good afternoon all. Happy New Year. Wishing everyone a very happy and blessed 2023. Right. Sylhet on the top at the moment.
Lovely, lad.
He's been impressive, Rajaur, replacing Pisara in his second over. That has been a wonderful sight for Bangladesh. Recently, they've started producing more seamers. Now we're having a look at Ibadat Hussain, Khalid Ahmed, Shariful Islam, Taskin Ahmed. There's so many.
They've got a half-decent mentor at the moment, don't they?
Spot on. Again, trying to chase a wide delivery. Yes, they have, but the name of Alan Donald, White Lightning, as a faster bowling coach for Bangladesh. Now they need to find a pair who can go on to score a little bit quickly, because it's 47 for 4.
Keeper wants it and should take it, and does. More misery here for the challengers as they lose their 5th.
They've never seemed to be in any sort of control whenever a batter had tried to play a forceful shot. It was on the shorter side, but have a look at that. Never in a position. Probably the better option would have been to cut it over point region. In the end, a pretty straightforward chance for Mushfiqur Rahim. And Raja Rahman Raja picks up his 2nd wicket. Osman Khan goes for 2. Chattogram challenges 47 for 5.
Well, the new man is in. There's no question the over 8's good. They're flying here. And the chant is immediately off the mark with a single. You're right, that's wide of off stump. It could have been cut away, but instead he looks to pull that through the leg side. It's a big, thick outside edge. Simple catch for Mushfiqur Rahim. They've got plenty of support, and you can understand why. They're a side, the strikers, that are riddled with internationals from all over the world. 48 for 5. Where to from here? The lowest total in 2022 was 995. That's in danger. That's at this ground. That's in serious danger. 11 gone, 48 for 5.
Quick chance, quick chance. One leg, little bit towards you. Yes. Come on, boys! Come on, boys!
No real contributions yet for the challengers.
Easy!
Sent back Ackerman into his 3rd over. He's been miserly. There has been some turn for him as the off spinner. But Mortis has rung the changes with the bowlers. He's used 6 bowlers already. He's still got Imad Wazim, who's bowled just the 1 over, but can bowl anywhere. He can bowl at the top, he can bowl in the middle, he can bowl at the back end. I'm struggling to find a weak chink in their armour, the strikers, to be honest.
Well, so far, whatever he has done has turned into gold. You mentioned the number of bowlers used. If you have a side reeling at 49 for 5 inside the 12th over, you mean serious business.
Inventive. Will that go for 4? I think it will. It does, and brings up the 50.
A much needed boundary. Now Afif Hussain trying to chance his arms and picks the right one.
Bowling well,
Plays
Colin.
the reverse.
High
And
reach
he'll
there,
be
boy.
a key member for his team if they are thinking of scoring 140 plus. It's not going to be easy because the surface, it does not really suggest it's good for stroke play. Only 2 4s and a 6 in this innings of 54. So it has been a struggle. Yeah, bowling has been fantastic right from the word go. Have a look at those stats. Brilliant.
1-1. Ball, Colin. Go, Colin.
That's probably where they've been guilty. We say that the surface isn't been conducive to stroke play, and only the 3 boundaries, 2 4s and a 6, but there's been very little intent as running between the wickets, dropping and running, trying to find areas of the ground where they can get 2s. Too many dot balls. But they'll find another one here. They'll find a boundary here. That's the way to end an over. 12 gone, 59 for 5.
Bowler change. Right arm over.
Mortis got some swing early on. Amir got his wicket through a vicious bouncer. Ackerman's got some turn with his off spinners. Captain's back on. He got a little bit of swing early on away from the right-handers, but he's such a skillful campaigner with his slower balls, variation of pace.
He looks extremely fit. Mashrafi Mortaza has been working on his fitness levels. And what a wonderful first over he bowled today, right at the start of the match. Just giving up a single.
Well, it should have been a maiden, shouldn't it? It was just through a hesitation in the running that led to a throw at the striker's end, and the ricochet off the stumps saw them get through for a single. But he got some appreciable swing away from the right-handers early on.
First a couple of deliveries have been dot, but there was an opportunity for on both occasions to play it a little bit softer. This is fine, off the back foot, picking up the gaps. But the first 2 deliveries were hit to the right of the fielder at mid-wicket. And I thought there was an opportunity to cross over for a single. It's about the eye contact and the trust. And if you don't start doing that, then you're not going to put too many runs on the board. That is a problem. But already 5 down, half of the side back in the heart. There you go, 37 dots, 30 singles, 3 2s. He managed to pick up a 3, but just 3 4s and 1 6s. It does suggest that it's a challenging wicket for the batters. So you need to think smart.
Yeah, you're right about challenging. I mean, we saw swing early on. There was bounce and pace from Mohamed Amir, and then we've seen some spin as well. It's just smeared down the ground for a single.
Yeah, the last over was very good for Chattogram Challenger. They picked up 11 runs. And they'll be hoping they can keep repeating that over and over again, because you don't really want to leave it a little bit too late. If they keep on losing wickets, then you're in no man's land. You really wouldn't know what to do if you lose another couple of wickets from here.
No real urgency with the running between the
Colin, you go
wickets.
back,
So
Colin, you
again,
go back. Mesh,
a
you
single.
didn't get the namai then, huh?
So just a reminder that it was the strikers who won the toss earlier on today and decided to bowl first, which is something that the captains, they do certainly at this ground. They like to chase. So far the decision has been justified. It's been a very professional performance in match number 1 by the Sylhet strikers. Disciplined with the ball, energetic in the field. They've held on to their catches. And another tidy over from the captain. Just 3 from it. That's 13 gone. 62 for 5. So at the current rate, 95 is the score that you feel will be well short. What do they need? Can they wish for 10 and over from here against this bowling attack and get somewhere around that 130? I think they would chew your arm off for that, to be honest. 130. Crowd growing by the second.
We know that Afif Hussain from Bangladesh would know the local conditions, but all eyes will be on him. Chand, who was the captain in 2012 when India went on to win the Under-19 World Cup. He smashed 100. And that was in a chase, beating Australia. So it will be important for his side that he scores runs.
Here's another one. Here is another one. Ackerman circles and takes the catch. So there might be some turn for the spinners, but there's certainly a little bit of bounce for the seamers as well.
The batters are failing to read it. The pace and the bounce has been the surprise factor. His eyes lit up when he saw that short delivery. Got the bottom part of the bat, top edge, easy dismissal, easy catch. So there goes another one. Now they're 6 down. Chand goes for 5. Chattogram in a heaps lot of trouble. 62 for 6.
Mrityunjoy, the new man, left-hander. You often hear the word cameo used in cricketing circles. They need one now. A big one. And he's off the mark. And this young man, Rajoy, has been very impressive this seamer. He's 3 for 11. He hasn't completed 3 overs yet, but he's caused some damage.
Yeah, with the third wicket, it is his best figure in Bangladesh Premier League. And you got to give credit to him. No matter how the pitch is behaving, you still have to pitch it in the right areas, put the seed of the doubt in the batter's mind, and force a false stroke. And that's exactly what he has done. He's been outstanding with the ball. He's just gone for 11 runs in his third over, and already 3 in the bag. I think what is also important to note here is that not only he's trying to bowl seam up, he's also making sure that he rolls the finger over. A quick off break. Just like Fizz being the left-hander. So he does understand that there's a bit of a grip for the spinners. And when you see that, the spinners are not afraid to bowl those slower deliveries, or the one which cuts back into the right hand or moves away. Either way, the cutter that I'm talking about.
We haven't seen a timed stroke yet, haven't we? We know that T20 cricket we often see big hits, but there's still place for a timed stroke. So the surface is obviously not playing as well as the batters would hope it played. It certainly looks very good. It's got a nice even covering of grass on it. You know that the curator was unable to take the Hessian cover off it for some time yesterday. Only took it off for a couple of hours today. And that should keep the moisture in it. But if there's turn, there's probably not a lot of moisture in it. Oh, there's that pace taken off again. Brilliantly bowled. 14 gone, 65 for 6. We're going to have to play well from here, the challengers. To go down to third man for a single, but again, nothing timed. There's been outside edges, there's been inside edges, balls hitting toe of the bat, but very little hitting the middle. Glum faces for the Chattogram challengers and their ownership. Well, it's a game of 2 halves. This is only the first one.
I think what is important for Chattogram challengers is whatever they make in the end, the bowlers will need to keep a close eye on what is happening from the surface. We spoke about it's not easy. We got to make sure when they do come back in to defend the total, they will need to bowl in good areas. We spoke about taking the pace of the ball will be the key factor also. So these are the little things they need to remember, and I'm sure the coaching staff would be also discussing that during the break.
Out again, yes! He's got a safe pair of hands, Colin Ackerman. He just lost it for a moment, but once he got sight of it, there was only one result.
Similar kind of dismissal, isn't it? We've seen it over and over again. The ball not really coming on to the bat, and it is again pace off the ball. Deep in his crease, it's a very good catch. Take nothing away from Colin Ackerman. That is a beauty. Never easy. But it's Mithun Chaudhary who goes for 3. Chattogram 67 for 7.
Thank you, sir.
Interesting first delivery, bouncer. Maybe there's something personal going on there, but it's called a wide.
Yeah, he picks up his first wicket. And it's all smiles for Mashrafi Murtaza at the moment. He'll be a happy and a pleased skipper. And what he will be thinking is to wrap up the next 3 wickets as quickly as possible. There you go, rolling his fingers over.
Yeah, mirror image of the previous dismissal with Unmuk Chand getting out in exactly the same fashion, just off a different bowler. Well, the one thing that the challengers need to do is they've got to bat their 20 overs. They can't get bowled out inside 20 overs. That is criminal. The message surely to these 2 batters at the crease now would be see out these 20 overs. Maybe we can try and get ourselves to 110, and it becomes a nasty little chase, because no one's quite sure how to chase those down when they're so low scoring. And that'll just be a single to end the 15th. Another successful one for the strikers. 69 for 7.
Fight to touch 3 court.
Only innings of note, Afif Hussain, 21 of 19. No one really putting up their hand for the Chattogram challengers. It's been a complete domination by the bowling and the fielding unit. Number 9 is Nihadur Zaman, 24 years old, 44 runs only so far in a fledgling career. So he's got an opportunity to make a name for himself. Well, just that angle taking it away. If you stand your ground and throw your bat at it, it's not going to be very fruitful, is it, Mazza?
Not really at the moment. Nihadur Zaman, normally a left-arm spinner from Rajshahi. Well, the first thing for Chattogram challengers need to make sure that they play out those 20 overs. They don't get bundled out. They are already 7 down.
And he's got a bit of bat on that, but the problem was the angle not being created enough. Just gives them the single. Yeah, good point there. I think it's imperative that they play out the 20 overs. At least get some runs for the bowlers to try and defend. 95, we heard, is the lowest so far at this ground in all BPLs. Really want, just as a mental sort of fillip, just to go over that low score. And a man who can do that is in picture right now, Afif Hussain. He's seen his partners going back very regularly. Oh, he was in two minds, thought of the shot, thinks of aborting, got a bit of bat. Lucky.
That's very good bowling from Mohammad Amir, mixing up his pace a lot. And yet again, it's a roll of the fingers there. As we mentioned before, not the easiest of pitches to bat on, but Afif Hussain needs to be there till the end and needs to take most of the strikes.
Well, he tried to hook that away once again. That bounce a little disconcerting. He's asking whether it was over, wanted wide, but Afif has tried to just hook and pull on occasions. That extra bit of pace sometimes generated, and that extra bit of bounce has not been very fruitful in terms of getting runs with the bat. But there will be pressure on Afif to get a move on. 21 of 21. There you see, using his feet, he has just found that gap between the two fielders. Nicely done. 4 runs, 4 very, very precious runs.
He made it look so simple there, Afif Hussain, using his speed and find that gap pretty well. And he's got very good hands, very flexible, and plays that all across the ground. And this time manages to get that gap towards that mid-off fielder. They need more of those.
It's pretty bold, his approach there. Running down the wicket to the pace of Mohammad Amir. Oh, did he get a bit attached to that? I think he has. Just after he hit the 4, a wide ball, he seemed to be once again in 2 minds, flashing at it. And it was, of course, Mushfiqur Rahim doing the rest. Another down.
Afif Hussain will be very disappointed the way he got out here. It was wide, he just wanted to guide that one. Just get a thinnest of edge there. And Chattogram challengers are now struggling. Afif Hussain departs for 25. They are 74 for 8.
And of course, it also... It's coming to the end of the strategic timeout here at the Sheribangla National Stadium. First game of the Isfahani BPL T20 2023, powered by Minister in association with Nagod. And a wild swing again. We've seen many of those in this match so far. And one of this dismissal, the last one, Afif Hussain really threw his bat at it after he played that good shot. Not needed. It needed to just play it and try and retain strike by taking a single. Decided otherwise and had paid the price. Amir was elated, but once again good work from Mushfiq. Oh, that is a well-controlled shot. They need more of those. 4 very, very welcome runs.
That's a good shot from Nihaduzaman. His eyes lit up when he saw that ball outside that off-stump shot. But the best part was he found that gap pretty well. Throw the kitchen sink on it. Thisara Pereira. Not often you see him bowling offline, but this time Nihaduzaman rode on top of it.
Similar kind of delivery. This time a more controlled shot, but unfortunately from the batting perspective, not really finding the gap, finding the fielder in the deep. So just reading the bounce well here. Nihaduzaman. New batter in after the fall of Afif Hussain's wicket. Pushpa Kumara. Oh, try to guard it. Ooh, look at that ball swing after it had gone past the bat.
That came in sharply. Thisara Pereira, experienced campaigner there. Yeah, and the bounce there as well. It's been difficult for the batters throughout the day, and it's quite difficult for someone like Pushpa Kumara.
Just throwing bat in hope rather than any conviction on both occasions. Lovely ground. You've got a big crowd in already, and we're expecting some more. Sun just breaking through. Malinda Pushpa Kumara, 273 runs in his T20 career. And a good over. Ends 79 for 8. Rizal Rahman Raja has been a revelation. 3 for 13, very impressive. But a lot of support from the catchers. Another wild swipe by Nihaduzaman. No movement of the foot to the pitch of the ball or to the line of that ball. And that's been what's had hampered Chattogram's progress. They've imploded, they've thrown their bats, they've induced edges.
Again Nihaduzaman, as he tried in the previous over. But I'm not sure what was the meeting during the strategic break. But I'm pretty much sure they needed to bat till the end. That's sensible.
Also, we highlight the bowlers when we show the bowling analysis. But if you look at the scorecard, you'll see that Mushfiq Rahim stumping, 3 catches I think. Very, very impressive from the veteran. Mushfiq Rahim has really impressed me today with his fitness levels. Look at him, he's jogging away, he's sprightly, he's on the move, he's egging on the players, he's always chattering away, so much focused. Very, very impressive from the veteran. Just guards it, but not for runs. Bit of a yes and no between the batters.
bowling's point of view, Chattogram Challengers batters would be hoping to put some respected total on the board, at least the psychological 100 mark. Shamim bhai?
Absolutely. And we're mentioning that 95 was the last BPL. 44 Khulna Tigers Rangpur Riders versus Rangpur Riders in 2016 was the lowest. Oh, that jack back up again. Surprised the away to one of the fielders. Here you see that disconcerting bounce which has troubled the Chattogram batters.
We have seen Mohammad Amir using that short ball pretty well. This time, coming back into the right-hander. Too difficult for someone like Nihaduzzaman. We have seen Darvish Rasuli getting dismissed by a brilliant Mohammad Amir short delivery, where Mushfiqur Rahim took a brilliant catch behind the stump.
Makes room. And despite that, you'd expect the bowler to maybe correct his line. He keeps pegging away just outside the line of off. Does not allow that initial movement of trying to play it over the offside, inside out. Just moved away too far back. There he goes again, chattering away. Such a wonderful person to have in the field to generate the energy. Knows when the opposition are under duress. Takes full advantage of that. Slower. Didn't know very much about that either. 80 for 8. Invited to bat, Chattogram Challengers not really managing to create any kind of partnerships. Regular fall of wickets right to there. They've imploded. 2 overs to survive. Throws his bat. And the same kind of problem. No movement forward and across.
You must give credit to Mashrafi bin Murtaza, the way he has mixed up his bowlers. Reza Raja there, good seam position. Talking of Mashrafi's captaincy, he's mixed up his bowlers very well, especially the seamers. Reza Raja, another bright prospect for Bangladesh.
He moved across this time. He tried to get into some kind of a line, but he exposed his intentions a little too early. Bowler saw the trigger movement and immediately bowled it shorter. Good thinking from Razaur.
He bowls at a very good pace as well, Rajaur. Once again surprising the batsman. They're using this short ball strategy very well, Sylhet strikers. We have seen Mohammad Amir using that in the previous over, and once again Nihaduzzaman facing the music.
Well, you can see that Mohammad Amir has completed his quota for 2 for 7, his best bowling figures in the Bangladesh Premier League. Most economical bowling figures. Up it goes. How far is that going? Into the hands of Imad Wasim. It hung in there for a while. He just manages to get underneath that ball quite comfortably and took it very cleanly.
That's 4th wicket for Reza Raja. He's having a great day today with the ball. And once again, making an impact. Nihaduzzaman was trying to play that ball. And it was roll of the fingers there, but all he could do is to hang the ball in the air for a long, long time. And Imad Wasim making no mistakes. Eyes on the ball, and well done. Chattogram Challengers losing wickets at clusters. Mohammad Nihaduzzaman departs for 8. They are 80 for 9.
Last man in. Rana not managed to get any bat on that one. He is there because of this. Just that attempt to flail it away on the onside, instead ending up with a turn of the bat on the square third man boundary for a reverse cup take. And look, even Mushfiqur Rahim realizing, and just what he's doing to that young man, telling him you've done well, you've gone, keep on carrying what you're doing, carrying on. So very nice to see.
"81 for 9. They need something on the board for the bowlers to come and defend the total. It's been a very good performance, on the other hand, from the Sylhet strikers bowlers. The bowlers need to do a lot better when they come out to bowl Chattogram challengers. But at the moment, they're 7 balls away to finish those 20 overs.
Throws his bat. Reza Rahman completes his quota of 4. 4 for 14. Best figures for him. 19 done. 81 for 9.
Raja!
Not a very auspicious start by Chattogram challengers in this BPL 2023. There's a long way to go. A lot of days, a lot of games. Last over of this innings coming up is going to be bowled by Thisara Pereira. A veteran from Sri Lanka. Knows this ground very well. Has played a lot of cricket internationally and domestically in Bangladesh. Full toss. Surprised him. Tried to hoik it away on the onside again. Not really going where he wanted it to go.
Missed out on that occasion. It was a full toss on the leg. But Mehdi Hasan Rana. Look at Mushfiqur Rahim. He comes up at the stumps just before the ball was bowled. And then Mehdi Hasan Rana. That's hitting outside the leg stump.
But you're mentioning Mushfiq's movement. Wait and see here. That's an edge. And Mushfiqur Rahim goes to his right for once. He does not get a glove to it.
Not a convincing shot though, but crowd will love it. Very rare opportunity they get to clap for those boundaries today. This was one of those. Take it outside edge. Mushfiqur Rahim was way above him there.
Happening. Too much from your numbers 10 and 11 with the bat. If the bowlers are sensible, I'm sure Pushpakumara and Thisara Pereira have played with each other, knowing the abilities of each other. Thisara Pereira very widely experienced. Slices it. One couple of bounces, just the one bounce. Another single. 2 more deliveries. How many runs can they garner? Or can the Sylhet team just clean them up completely, make them all out?
We obviously spoke about the surface, which is difficult for the batters, but at the same time, must mention the fact that the Chattogram batters didn't apply themselves and didn't adapt to the pitch. They lost wickets at regular intervals. Was in the air for a while. He'll take only a single there. Going back to Chattogram's approach time by apart from Afif, who looked a bit comfortable comparing to others. Oh, what's going on there?
I think dead ball's been signaled. They'll have to come back. They're pondering a run. It was already completed, the whole process, so that extra run not being allowed on that occasion. 64 dots, can you believe it, in the 20 overs? Slices it once again, squarish third man, well stopped, and a single to finish off the innings. Chattogram finish at 89 for 9. Mashrafi Mortuza will be very happy